Ufologist. Yay!
Good evening, Dave. Everything's running smoothly.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
It is a good day to die, and the day is not yet over.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Fascinating.
How could I have been so completely wrong? I have led the entire human race to ruin.
You remember that? Having fun here on our Sunday. Hello, this is David, the Backyard Ufologist. Thank you so much for joining me today. Still recovering from that lightning strike. That was nasty. I'm going to tell you, it's really nasty in our wallet too. I'm going to tell you, it's really cost a lot of money trying to build up very slowly. We still have a little TV, but we got to get our TV replaced. I'd like to get it repaired. I've been watching YouTube how to repair it, so maybe I might go down that route. We'll see. Anyway, make sure you subscribe, like, share, give a thumbs up, and most of all, comment on what you're seeing out there. Today I have one video of a UFO I caught. It's been really, the sky's been really milky and hazy and cloudy. We've had some rain. The air quality, there's an alert out. The ozone is really bad. It's hot. It's what they call Indian summer, what we used to call it down south. It's probably that way here up north also. After 20 years you think I'd know that, but it's really, really hot and humid. So a lot of the storms down south, you guys be safe down there. Got lots of friends down there, so they're saying it's going to be a 1-2 punch, and a lot of them are leaving, and some of them are going to brave it out. And I understand you want to protect your stuff, but your life's more important. We won't go into that. It's your decision on what you do, for sure. Well, anyway, I've got a couple of friends. I'd like to say hello to Leslie, All Things Paranormal Leslie, and she's doing some great work, so make sure you check her out. A really upbeat lady. I really do like her. And from France, Jessica Pazel, my new friend, and she says, I'm relying on you for all of the UFO stuff. So I'm going to be on a radio program about UFOs. Well, I'm going to be on the panel. Let's just put it that way. I'm not being interviewed or anything. Paul Arizona Barrett, and he's with Artist First Podcast. It's artistfirst.com, OWG, and it's a slash mark, and then OWG.HTM. And I believe that's going to be... He hasn't given me the time, so I don't know yet. So I'm going to be on a panel. I'm going to be talking about Area 51, Pascagoula, and a couple of other of the old UFO sightings, and talk about that. So it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, if you'd like to make a donation, all the information is in the description box. I have a Patreon account all updated here. If you'd like to become a monthly Patreon, you can do that, or make a one-time payment. Also, we have PayPal if you'd like to make a one-time donation. I tell you, it's really appreciated right now, and we really do need it. If you can't do that, please subscribe and support us that way, and make sure you're still subscribed if you're subscribed. We've got about 1,085 more hours to go before we're monetized on YouTube to meet their requirements. So if you watch some of my videos, it will help me more than anything, even more than cash. Of course, I'll like cash, but if you can't do that, that's the best thing to do for me to help us get there and get established. That would help us 100%. I do appreciate it. I hate begging, but if we can't get that 1,085 hours here by the end of September, I don't know if we can keep going on like this. That's for sure. And I hate to keep saying that, but it's a one-man show, and of course I have another life. And if I had the money to put back into the show, it would be really good. So I do hope that you'll do that. I appreciate it very much. because we're hurting here for sure. Well, anyway, I've had a lot of spiritual paradigm shifts. A lot of things are becoming more clear to me. I've been asking for clarity, been really meditating, getting in some really deep meditation. And I want to tell you, the malevolent entities are out there. You can call them demons, you can call them whatever you want to call them. They're out there. There is good out there also. So don't forget that. Always, if you're in some kind of doubt on what you're communicating with, use 1 John 4:1-4. That's the tools that Creator God gave us. It comes right out of the Bible. 1 John 4:1-4. It tells you what to do, what to say, and they have to obey because it's universal law. And that's just the way it is. Do clearings, and you see the little clearing that I have at the intro. Make sure that you check that out and do that every night, and try to heal them. Don't fight with them. Try to say, you're healed. Bring them up into the love and light, and take them to the perfect place, and ask them to go in peace. And when they start getting to you on those little buttons they know how to push, just turn it over to your higher power. And you make new pathways. I was listening to Peter Maxwell Slattery talking about that, and he made a lot of sense. Him, James Gillian, ESETI Ranch in Washington State. It's eseti.org. Go check him out. And of course, Peter Slattery, ESETI, Australia. Okay, I have a long show here with about 20 pictures, so I want to go ahead and get started here, okay? Okay, let's start off the show with a video of a UFO, if we can here.
UFO right here.
And you can hear me talking about it right here. There it is right there. I get really excited sometime out there. Now, I was doing the satellite tracker. There was no satellites or anything, the Starlink, that were supposed to come over. And this was really bright. It flashed a few times, not like I would like it to, like they usually do. And as you can see, it's going south and it's going up in space. So it kind of faded out. Did you see that little blue flame just then? Yeah, that's it. That was the only thing that I captured. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on our pictures. I have lots of pictures I want to show you. Now, this is the big pine tree in the backyard on the Hammonasset Ley Line, and I saw this in the top of the pine tree here, and I said, wow, man, that looks like something there. So I did try to zoom it in. I'm trying to do better at this. I'm trying to do better at this and really bring it up. So I did turn it a little bit where you could see what was there. You see right there the two eyes, nose, and the mouth, and the two ears right there. See, that's some kind of entity in an orb poking out there, traveling around on the Hammonasset Ley Line in the pine tree on the top. Kind of what could be a watcher, could be a feline being, I don't know, but I wanted to show that one. Okay, there we go. Now here is look how big this orb is right here. Now you can see there's an entity right here. It's inside of it. See, you see how transparent it is. Do you see the tree behind here, the limb or something going through here? There's a big something right there. The IR camera really picks up a lot of stuff. You can see there's two eyes right there, a nose and a mouth. See that right there? Yeah. There's something in there, but this is something like a cat. See the ear here, the nose, the mouth, and I think this is the body. Looks like something laying here, reaching out with a claw hand. I don't know, but anyway, this is a feline being right there. And this right here, I don't know. Isn't that cool? See the two ears, and it looks like hair. It looks almost like a horse or something. It's some kind of entity, and you can see the little cat features right here, and a lady right here. If you sit here and you just look, you see all this little stuff and things, dimensional travelers that are traveling in here in this big old orb, and that might be the one that's controlling it, the big feline being. And there's a pair of eyes right there, and when they're green, that's a deer. So we have lots of deer around here. And yeah, pretty cool, huh? That is really cool. And that's a globe right there, the garden globe my wife has, and that's the reflection from the IR camera. And that's the fairy circle, and this is the vortex. It looks like a little something right there trying to come up. A lot of people say this is pareidolia, and you can believe what you want to believe, but I've seen some really weird stuff come out of that portal in this vortex right in here in this area by the fairy circle, where this is where the Hammonasset Ley Line fluctuates back and forth here. Okay, here's another one, and this is the one I told you that was a really cool, cool capture that I got. But first, let's look at the orb right here, and you can see that's an entity right here. One eye here, nose and a mouth, just crammed full of all kind of entities. An eye here, nose and a mouth, and there's a guy right here. He's really cool. There's an eye, nose, a big mustache. I see this guy around, a couple of the guys like that around. And here's a guy, eye, big nose and a mouth right there. I don't know, it's some kind of entity, dimensional traveler in the spirit world for sure. Now check this out. Now this is just undeniable. What is this? Is this something like I caught last week, that was flying around in the back and looked like they were riding something? Well, look at this. It's an eye, nose. You see the mouth right there. Looks like he may have a mustache. Got his hand or his leg stretched out, and there's something right here. It looks like an entity. Eye, nose, mouth. Maybe he's riding something. I don't know. Another arm coming down. I have some hair or a horn or something sticking up right there. Do you see that? Now that's just undeniable right there. That's either a pixie, fairy, extraterrestrial flying around. It's some kind of dimensional being that's on the Hammonasset Ley Line right here in the backyard, as always. Isn't that cool? Isn't that just cool? That's a great catch right there. I was really impressed. And I think these are lights from the street right there. Okay, let's move on here. And here is another entity. You can see him just kind of laid back there. This kind of looks like a dog to me. The canines, we have the felines, the canines, we have a lot of stuff here. And anyway, look at the eye here, nose, and it looks like his body comes down right there. And then you see two eyes, nose, and a mouth right there. See the two ears? And it's just all kind of entities in these things, in these Merkabahs or these portals, whatever you want to call them. And I see this little design right here a lot. And I don't know if it's just part of the pixel, but it is really some kind of geometry that I see that shows up a lot. And I don't see it anywhere else in here. Just like I saw it in the picture before. Maybe that was it right there. I don't know. But anyway, that shows up. I don't know if it means something or not. And then I was looking at the quartz boulder in the fairy circle right here, and it looks like some kind of spiritual entity that's sitting on top of it. There's an eye and the nose and the ear right there. I know I pushed this a little bit, but if you see this thing is sitting on top of this quartz boulder right here. This is some kind of spiritual entity you cannot see with the human eye, and you can see it with the IR camera, and barely. And then you see like a tiger or something over here sitting, and I see a lot of this stuff come out of the portals, out of the trees. Lots of people have seen tails and all kind of stuff go in and out of these trees, and I miss a lot, but there is something going on here, and that's for sure. I don't talk about it too much because I don't want to get ridiculed. They go, well, you had me until then. I don't know, man. I see a lot of stuff out there, and that's just, I've seen these things walking around. In the past shows, you can see them. It's like 3 or 4 of them walking together by the other fairy circle, by the bigger quartz boulder over to the left here. But anyway, that's something right there. Okay, and this is another orb up here. And you can see there's some faces in there. It's kind of hard to see. I know it's really pixelized, and you can just see for yourself. I see eye, nose, mouth right there, and a little something right there. Here's somebody right here with dark eyes. but that's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that one and this one. It looks like there's somebody standing here, and it's not all the way into this reality. And then you can see a guy right here, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth. And doesn't that look like a dog right there? You know, you see all kind of different stuff here. And that's some kind of dead leaves right there. They're starting to get fall time up here, early fall. And let's see, what do we have here? Up in the pine tree again, about 100 feet up. Look how high this is. Look at this guy. Eye, nose, mouth. Now you see that guy right there? There's your entity right there. There's another one here, and then it starts getting, you know, these dimensions, I think, are just dimensions, overlapping dimensions, like I always say. Like right here, it's got 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth. But you can really see this one, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth right there. You can really see that. Okay, and there's something right in here, you know, I don't know. Looks like there's something there. It's just not all the way into this reality, so I don't spend too much time on that. I want to show you what you can see, and I know that's what you want to do, is see what you can really see and not guess at it. Now, here is another one. Look at this orb right here. Look how big this thing is. There's something standing here, and you can see the feet come down, and the legs come down with the feet right there, and the hands are down, and you can really see it's some kind of entity, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth, and he is in the orb. I don't know if this is some kind of portal that's open, and he stepped out, or he's just sitting on it, on the edge, checking us out. And it looks like something right in here, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth right here. And there is some light right there. I don't know if that's artifact or what. A little something right there. I don't know what that is. And another orb here, and you can see the face, 2 eyes, or you can say this is a chihuahua. That's what it looks like, 2 eyes, nose, and his, you know, his snoot and his mouth and 2 ears there. And then behind him is another guy, an eye here, and then this is covered by the chihuahua, and then there's the nose and the mouth. So there's 2 entities there, and it looks like a profile of a person right there, some kind of entity. It's just that these things sometimes are just chock full of entities, and it could be just dimensions, overlapping dimensions, harmonic distortion, something like that. Who knows? But it goes on out here, that's for sure. And if you're local, and if you're not local, you're welcome to come here anytime and do an investigation, and we'll have a blast for sure. Now, I've seen this thing right here fly around a little bit. It turns into a snake. You can see an eye here, and the nose and the mouth open right there. I don't know what that is. Could be some kind of little dragon, huh? It could be. I don't know. And then we have some orbs right here. Now, this is very interesting right here. This looks like a tree to me. You see, it looks like it's a seam somewhere. So this could be a portal that's open somewhere in the universe, and we're seeing. And then I got to thinking about it. It could be pipes on a ship. And I can see ears, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth. I can see entities. It looks like a little heart right there. And then you see one right here, eye, nose, and a mouth. It looks like a feline being. So I saw all this, and I'll let you just decide what you think it is. But it looked like a tree to me right there. It surely did. And you got stuff down here. Look at that, 2 eyes and a big smile right there. I like it when they smile. And then that's the globe. I don't know what this is. It's some kind of head, ears coming down, 2 eyes, nose, and mouth. It kind of looks like a canine. I don't know. This one didn't come through all the way, but you can see there's an entity right here coming up through the vortex right there. You see an eye. I don't see the other eye. Maybe you do. The nose and the mouth looks like it's covered up by something, but it is coming up. That might be an orb there that we just couldn't see, and the entities are coming out. We see things shoot up out of the ground right here all the time. Let's see what we got right here. It looks like 2 eyes right here, and a nose and a mouth, and a guy right next to him, there's an eye, and then his other eye is covered up by this guy's eye, so he's standing behind him right there. There's 2 people, or 2 entities right there, and then you see the entity there, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth right there. Yeah. Okay, let's move on here. Here's one on the fairy circle, And you know, I don't know what this is. It's really weird. It looks like it could be another tree. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I've had my thoughts. I didn't want to say anything. You look at it yourself and you can decide. And here's an eye, nose, and the mouth right here. It's some entity right here. 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth right there. All kind of little entities all through here. Look at this one right here with the ears. Eye, nose right there. See it? Yeah, sometimes they look like cartoon characters to me. You know, it's really weird. Another one right here, and you see the nose, the mouth, the eye. Here's an eye, and here's an ear, and you can't see the other ear, and there's something on top of them, another ear and an eye right there. Something coming up, and there's a guy right here, 2 eyes, nose, and the 2 ears right there, and here's one right here, looks like a bird. Got an eye and the beak right there, and this is the head. See it? Yeah, it's all kind of, it's just another world out there. It's a world that we can't see. For sure, and that's for sure. Okay, let's move on here. Big orb right here. I can't really see too much here. It's just crammed full. There's a guy here, eye, nose, and a mouth, and you can decide what all you see in that one too. There's an eye, nose, a mouth there, eye, nose, and a mouth. It's just crammed full of entities right there. And here's one here. It's kind of hard to see. You see a little entity right there and some designs. I don't know, it kind of looks like DNA almost symbol right there, doesn't it? Looks like something right here flying with wings. See the head and the feet coming down and the wings right there. Could be a little angel, a little pixie right there. You see that? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you can see that's fairy right there. See it? Just not real bright, and it's looking right at me. You can see that. It's real easy to see. I see these things fly around all the time. Yes, that's a fairy right there, if you ever saw one. Okay, let's see what else. Do we see this one? No. Okay, here's 2 ears coming up, and you can barely see the eyes and the nose and the mouth. You can see it's something there that's flying around. These didn't come through all the way. They're coming up out of the vortex, as you can see. That's a head right there, and you see an eye here, maybe an eye, mouth. You see the teeth right there. Something's coming up. You can see this one coming up, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth, and the hair or something there. There's something going on right there. All kind of little entities coming up with them through the vortex. Big old orb right there. Look how big this thing is. And you can see there's something right there. There's 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth. It's this all spiritual stuff right here coming up out of the Hammonasset Ley Line. I tell you, it's all kind of stuff. So interesting, some of this stuff. But that is a fairy right there. You can see that really easy. Okay. Alrighty, back here there's a little something shooting out of the tree. You can always see that. That looks like a dog. See the eye, and then the snout and the black nose right there, and then something over here to its left, and it looks like some kind of scene or something from another world, another dimension. And I really do believe that. I really do. And that's the big quartz boulder. You see that thing's not on there anymore on top. Yeah, that's some weird stuff that happens out there. And here's another orb. I told you I had lots of orbs. Eye, nose. See the ear here and ear here? I don't know. That's some kind of entity right there flying around in the Merkabah. Yep. And one in the tree here. I don't know. What do you think that is? I don't know. I can't really tell. It's just so pixelized. But you can see some people guess, and I say, wow, I see that, and I miss it. I miss so much. So I do appreciate all of your feedback. That's for sure. Okay, here's one on the tree. Like I said, some of these things are portals, and this looks like something coming through. An eye, nose, and a mouth, and then there's something on top of him, another guy behind him. Here's something in front of him right here, and the guy right here on the side of him is just crammed full, or dimensions, you know, just overlapping other dimensions. That looks like a cat right there. All right, a lot of feline beings and little things flying around out there. Another orb, and this one's on the move. It's kind of hard to see. See an eye, nose, and a mouth right there. And I think I did I clear this one up, or is it the next one? Yes, the next one. Okay, let's just keep moving on here. Here's another entity, and it looks like it's standing. See, here's the head and the hair, and the neck comes down the shoulders, and you can see it's standing here. So it's something, and then all kind of different stuff all around it. And here's another one right beside him. 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth. You see the head right there. It looks like a feather or something. It could be some kind of Native American. I don't know. This place is so old here where we are. It's very ancient. Some of the ancient quartz boulders, and they started this city, this little town, in the 1600s, so that tells you how old it is. But yeah, you can see this guy looks like he's looking to the right here, and he's looking at something. I don't know, but he does look like he's like some kind of royalty or something. And then, you know, I'm just seeing here, looking, and there's an eye here, nose, and a mouth, and here's his head right there. If you just keep looking, you see 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth right here, and then 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth right there. These are entities, friends. I'm telling you, these things are out there. Okay, let's move on here. This is the big pine tree again, and I was just taking some pictures, and let's see what we got in this one. Do you see the person here? Eye, nose, the mouth. It looks like a woman. This is a female. See the hair coming down, and then there's something right here standing or sitting in a chair with a robe on or something. See him right here, and you can tell me what you think it is. And then there's a person here. This looks like a person right here with wings or something. I don't know, could be. And the could be the arms where the hair is on this lady. I don't know, but anyway, you can see how they guess. Look at this one right here, 2 ears, and you can see it right there. That's a feline being right there. See it? Isn't that cool? That is just so cool. And let's move on here. Now this is the one, yeah, that I lightened up. This one is very bright. It's hard to see, but you can see there's an entity right there. There's one right here with I don't know if these are horns or ears going back. See the eye, nose, and the mouth right there. And there's one that didn't come all the way through this reality. Maybe that's the only thing they can do. Now this is really cool. This looked like a feline being right here. And you see all this around here? It almost looks like a ship, doesn't it? You see the ears, the 2 eyes, the nose, and mouth right there? Isn't that cool? And you see the little designs? I don't know if this is just a Merkabah or a portal that's opening up. You see 2 eyes, nose, and a half smile right there. Yeah, it's really cool. It looks like maybe that's the dad. I am bad. I'm looking kind of mean, and this one's here laughing. That's the way it usually goes, isn't it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it now. You see right here the eye, nose, and the ears right here. It looks like a big feline being right there. See it? And it goes up like that. See the ear. Looks like some kind of cougar or a lioness, and it's poking out of the Merkabah right there. That's really cool. Okay, and I think I did darken it up. Yeah, that's what it looks like, darkening up and bringing it in a little bit closer where you can see it a little bit better. I've only learned how to do that. 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth right there, and there's something, some kind of entity right there. It's really, can't hardly see him, but you can see his body coming down. He's holding something right there, and maybe some kind of torch or something. And then there's another entity right there that we saw was real bright. You can see it's all just full of entities right there looking through. Okay, the pine tree again in the backyard, and you can see there is an entity there. See the 2 ears right there, 2 eyes, and the nose, and it comes down, and there's an entity there. And just all kind of designs, and it's really pixelized, I know, but you can really still see some of the entities. See the eye, nose, and the mouth there. But yeah, you can see that's some kind of animal or entity. You see the neck coming down, and he's got something around his neck, some kind of collar there or necklace, and then his clothes come down this way and that way, and then it kind of gets all covered up by all the other noise right there, and dimensions, overlapping dimensions. There's no telling where he's coming from there, you know it. And another one up here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's an arm right there, arm there, there's his face right there, looks like he's got something on his head, looks like he's sitting, and it could be a female. And it looks like they're working some controls, and that's probably what's going on there. Okay, let's keep moving. Look at that. There's another little thing right there that's above the quartz boulder. And as you can see, something coming up out of the portal. You see that right there? And then it's shooting up. That's what they do. They shoot up, out, and go all the way up into space or another dimension. And there's something there, you know. There's something going on, and that's the garden globe right there, the reflection. That had me going there for a while. I go, what? That's the wife's garden globe. It was over here, and I told her to move it, so she moved it over here, and it started giving me trouble. She never tells me anything. Okay, the fairy circle, and we have a really bright orb. And I was looking at this. It looks like a person here, entity, and you can really see that's an entity, and it looks like they're pulling something, like an eye, nose, and a mouth, like a big statue. Maybe they're pulling like they did on Easter Island. Maybe this is some kind of scene or a painting in the orb that they travel in and have that all painted on it. I don't know. It could be 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth, and the ears coming up. Looks like some kind of feline being for sure, and it looks like it's got a lot of plasma or something coming off of it. This thing's moving, as you can see, and it looks like it's coming out of the portal on that tree. There's so much that comes out of this tree right here. I'm going to tell you, it is crazy. If you look at some of my past videos, you'll see it. You'll say, yeah, there's something going on in your backyard, Dave. Of course it is. I've been trying to show you everything that goes on here, and I'm just catching what, 5% of it, if that much. You know, I want to get a stationary camera. I have one, but only the VCR can record on it. It's old technology, and then when it gets dark, the night vision don't work on it anymore. It's so old. It's like a first alert. It's very cheap. I think I got it at Aldi's for like $40 years ago. But anyway, I did send it in to get it fixed, and still, you know, it's a cheap camera. You know, they're going to throw it back in my face. One day, if we ever make any money, well, let me just say, when we start making money, I'll buy a really good security system like we used in ghost hunting, and let it go 24/7. Have one camera or 2 cameras just pointing up at the stars with the night vision, and we could really see the stars and see the things moving around out there, and see the flying saucers, the light ships, the nuts and bolt ones, and we'll focus in on the fairy circle and see, maybe we'll see some video of some stuff coming out of the portals. It's really cool. Got a lot of pictures, and I do have some video and their own past programs. I don't want to keep showing the same thing on this different programs, you know, but anyway, I like fresh stuff. But you can see there's an entity right here, eye, nose, and a mouth there, and you see the head, and then there's another one up here with ears and 2 eyes, looks like a feline being, and another one right here, 2 eyes, nose, and a snout right there. Yeah, we make some money. I'll put the money back into it and get like a security system, and we'll really have the night vision and really show what's going on out there. And if you're just joining us here, this is the, you know, the chair, this is the fairy circle, and these are the trees, like cedar trees, and a lot of just portals that open up here. That's the wind chimes right there. These are all my landmarks. This is a bird feeder that's hanging from a limb. This is dead leaves right here. It's starting to get fall time up here, and it's starting to change early. And here's an orb right here, and they're pulling. Yeah, okay, I showed that one. Okay, here we go right here. We already showed this one. We dimmed it out a little bit where we could see the other entities and orbs that were in here. See the eye, nose, the 2 ears right there, 2 eyes. You can see that one. And here's we saw that. Okay. Yeah, we've already saw all that. Okay, let's move on here. Yeah, That's the same one. I don't know how that got there so many times. But anyway, that's it for today. Well, that's the show for today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did bringing it to you. I really do enjoy bringing the shows to you. I just hope that we can get there and get the hours that we need and get monetized where we can put money back into the program. That's for sure. One-man show, so it really gets a little stressful around here. And it's been 4 days since I got a show out. It's been really stressful. All I can say is I'm really trying. I have my own spirituality stuff going on. And, it's just life. It's just the way it happens. Life is so short. You're here 1 second and you're gone the next. So it doesn't pay to get angry at the dumb stuff or even the big stuff. Sometimes you just have to let it go, accept life on life's terms, and acceptance equals serenity. For me, anyway, I've found that. And it's really working. And the way you handle things, you're going to get pissed about stuff, even when you're justified to get pissed. I don't know if you want to call it noble. I call it spiritual growth. And I have to give myself snaps. My wife's given me snaps the way I handled the lightning strike and the cable company. If I can do that, you can do it. That's for sure. Some of these people that you deal with that's really mad and angry and name calling and go crazy over their opinions, and if you don't agree with their opinion, they're going to attack you. They'll devour you. You can't throw pearls to swine. You can't throw pearls to dogs. That's just the way it is. They throw it back at you and will devour you. You got to let it go. You must know that they're spiritually sick. They're not spiritually there yet. And they will be one day, probably. We pray that they do. But how do you deal with something like that? You got to take care of yourself. Happiness comes from within. You're as happy as you make up your mind to be. You got to let that stuff go. And if more people done that, we would have such a serene atmosphere. So, this guy right here is not spiritually there yet. He will be one day, if not on this planet, somewhere else, it's going to happen sooner or later. Pray to your higher power. I appreciate everybody. I really do. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great weekend. Show love and light, okay? No, seriously, meditate. This is David, the Backyard Ufologist, and we'll see you in a couple of days. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm being silly.